Alright, we're here looking at Isaiah Wilson from Georgia. He's the right tackle. It's going to be number 79. And we're going to go through this film and I'll clip what I think is necessary to give a verdict on Mr. Isaiah Wilson. Alright, once again, Mr. Wilson is over here on the right side of the line. And first thing I noticed about him, not to mention just the Georgia line in general, is just he's massive. He's massive, but when you watch him get off the ball, he's a pretty good athlete. The other thing I'll point out, especially on this play, is it looks like he does a good job of getting the position on the guy, but he grabs him because he's a big, strong guy, right? So he tries to just like grab this guy and then get in position. He doesn't actually punch. Let's run it, and I'll show you what I'm talking about here. Like, that's a decent punch, but if you watch, Andrew Thomas over here, bam, that's a punch. See, he stands this kid up, and obviously Thomas is expected to go pretty early in this draft, but watch, he's going to stand this kid up with the punch, bam. See how he's back? And then when we go up top, he's just out there, he's kind of grabbing him. Now, I get it, the kid was off center and it was a great block, but I'm just saying, it doesn't really seem like he's got a punch at this moment in time. We're still early in the first quarter. Just stands him up. Watch Isaiah Wilson fire off the ball here. He's just going to take away this inside shoulder and neutralize this guy in the line, right? You're going to basically just see his back, and the running back can cut up right underneath him. Looks like we're running a zone play, zone read, almost. I don't know why this running back is cutting back, but if we get back to Isaiah Wilson, bam, nice, stand him up, neutralize. Guy's not making him play. Look at 97 dancing over here. 97, this big ass dude is gonna get out here and do some jigs. Now, listen, I get it. You want to look, you're an athlete out here. You're an athlete, so you're gonna make some moves. But Isaiah Wilson, he's doing all this hand flashing nonsense, and you just stick right with him. Good kick steps. I don't really like his hands here; they're a little low, but it's great positioning. Makes 97 look stupid. That's a great play. Well, I shouldn't say great play. His set is slow. Obviously, this guy's gonna kind of get the edge on him, but what he does do a great job of in terms of recovery is just push and pass the quarterback. Right, a lot of times in the NFL, especially guys who are good in the pocket, will feel that pressure and kind of step up into it. So if you can just rush them by and then keep them going, bang, that's good enough. It's not ideal, but we'll take it. That's a great block. So this is they're running zone to their left, and this guy looks like he's probably a 3, maybe a 4-eye inside shaded him, but he's gonna have to cut across his face and seal off the inside so that they can cut up inside. And this is just a great job. Fire off the ball, work to the inside, drive, beautiful. Alright, and here we get to see a little blitz pickup. Good set, right? You wanna make sure that you're getting back far enough so that you can contend with the outside rush, but not back far enough where you're gonna give up the inside rush. And then in terms of the stunt, he and the guard do a nice job of exchanging here. Looks like he's gonna be the penetrator and he's the looper. Yep. So this guy's gonna try to drive up inside here and become contained, and he's looping back around, and great job of picking that up. Isaiah Wilson. Isaiah Wilson. Little zone play here. Zone to the left again. So Isaiah Wilson, because he's got the tight end on his hip, that becomes a combo here to the backer. And then we have the guard center combo to the backer here. And we're big on big front side. So he does a great job of getting enough of this D end so that the tight end can get up inside. And then he gets up to the linebacker and he pushes this guy 10 yards downfield. That's fantastic. Play doesn't work, but heck of a job up front. Oh, he almost got caught bear hugging. Almost got caught bear hugging because he overset him. Honestly, this is if he gets this hand inside, right? It's kind of hard to see, but it looks like his set is good, right? He's not oversetting where the inside's really an option. It's just that his hands are so wide. His hands are wide and he's trying to grab instead of punch, like I was talking about earlier. See? He's grabbing instead of punching, and that's gonna get called. It looks bad, right? But he's actually in good position here. If his hands are inside, then he can just drive this guy down inside. Got away with that one, huh? Oof. Isaiah Wilson, that's beautiful. Now granted, this guy is not you know, he's not a power rusher, the biggest guy around, and Isaiah Wilson's pretty large himself, but just neutralizes him and then just make sure he stays down. Beautiful. Alright, I don't know what other people or teams or football people call this, but what he's about to do right now is called a pinch and wheel. He steps down inside and then wheels back and basically just seals off this half of the field from whoever's coming from the edge. And if you do it well enough, it looks like pass rush, or it looks like pass set, I should say. So then this guy will get a rush read. He'll try to go upfield and you just push him past. And Isaiah Wilson right here, okay, so it's gonna end up being this guy. Does a great job, pinch and wheel, and just bam. You see that? He takes away inside gap. He's gonna take away, just in case this guy, this DN decides he's gonna penetrate B and the guard needs any help, he can help. Then he wheels back out and just, the running back's gonna cut up right up inside of his hip. Bam. All of a sudden this guy thinks he's making the play. He's getting 340 pounds of man right in his chest. Running back can just cut up right inside of that. Great run too. He's a little he's a little hippity hoppity. His chest is like bouncing up and down. He's not over him. Yeah. See how his feet are getting real close? That's gonna get in trouble with you know, like if he's going against Everson Griffen from Minnesota, right? He's a big guy. Everson Griffin's gonna get off the ball, get into his chest because his hands are low and his feet are tight together, and he's gonna bull rush this dude right into his lap. So he's got to fix the footwork. He's hopping too much. But once he gets into this, oh, he almost caught him too. Almost grabbed him. He likes to grab a lot. You know, he's got to work on his punch of his hands, but you know, he's got all the physical tools. Alright, second quarter, we now have a much better view of what Isaiah Wilson is doing. 2nd and 1. Once again, protecting B gap and then sealing off the edge. And he's getting a nice little hand right to the throat there. Helmet's on the ground, love it. SEC football, baby. That's a great drive block too. 3rd and 1. Let's go get a first down. 5 yards downfield. This is my biggest concern with Isaiah Wilson right now, and it's whether or not a coach can help him fix it. Whether it's run or pass, he gets wide hands and he tries to grab instead of he's like catching. You see that? He's catching. He's not coming from his set and stopping him in his tracks, right? He's not exploding back. All of a sudden they're in a dead stance right here playing patty cake. He is going backwards. His feet are awful here, and he's got wide hands and he's catching this guy. He's catching him, and that's going to be a real problem at the next level. He gets away with it here just because he's so big and strong, but it's the NFL, man. You're going to run into some different animals. This is the best punch I've seen from Isaiah Wilson all day, and I don't even know if it was necessarily even in the right circumstance, but this guy is clearly overextending. He's opening up his chest and he sees it, and finally he's gonna come forward and throw a punch. Bam, right there's the punch. The next part is exploding through him and driving him back that way. Right, look at this guy. Look how he's leaning into him because he's got inside hands. Right, he got that kid into this spot where he's way off balance, but now finish him, drive him, put him into the ground. He just pushes and he grabs instead of punching and driving. Isaiah Wilson's pass pro has been super suspect. First of all, right off the snap, his feet get back to parallel. Everybody else on the line, you can see the stagger. Also, everybody on the line except for him, you can see within 2 yards of the line of scrimmage. You don't want to give this guy too much space. He's already 2 yards back from this guy, and his feet are parallel. That's not a position you want to be in as an offensive lineman, right? Look at this gap. If this guy was smart, right, if you're going against Joey Bosa or Myles Garrett, any of the premier edge rushers in this league, Von Miller, they're going to stick a foot in the ground right here. They're going to take their right arm, put it on your elbow here, and rip right inside and go get this quarterback. He's lucky this kid tries to go around the outside because clearly he overset here. Also, it's tough to say he's in a bad position because of what this kid did, but I mean, look at this inside. If he had taken the inside a step earlier, he would be facing the sideline while his quarterback is getting sacked. And at the next level, that's what that would be. I mean, I'll tell you what, he has decent reactions to blitzes and stunts. Now, it's not always blitzes and stunts, but it's this guy on the outside is going to drop back into coverage, which means now you're either checking for blitz here, or you're going to come down and find work on the end, who's probably going to end up coming to you anyway. But you see that? I mean, he sees this guy dropping off, he snaps inside without giving up that he can come back outside if necessary. He gets one hand inside to help the guard, sees no threat, and then hammers down. Here it is again from a better angle. So here we go, Isaiah Wilson. Obviously he's going to pass set, thinking that there's the edge rush, but he's going to see him drop off, and he's going to come down and help the guard with this guy. Now, the key for linemen is when you pass step back, and then you see him drop, you're stepping in with your close foot here, but you're only punching with one hand, because if this guy loops, you still have to be able to get back out and pass that there. But once he sees that this guy's not looping and that guy dropped, he hammers down on this D end. Bang, nice. Alright, here it is again. Now, I like Isaiah Wilson. He's a terrific athlete, man. Especially for this size. 6'7", 340, I think it is. and he gets off the ball well, especially in the run game, but he just doesn't know how to time his punch with his drive blocking. When he punches, he doesn't bring his hips at all, and he doesn't bring his feet, so he punches and he stays there. This guy goes back, and then they meet in the middle again. So let me play it and I'll show you. See, he's extending his arms, and then they end up fighting again, and then that guy can get off of the block. And what he should do is, once he's here, right, his hand is on the outside. Once again, he gets wide hands and he grabs. If he punches inside hands on this guy's chest, and then you just run him, you take him where you want to go. But instead, he just shoves him, and now this kid can get off the block and get in on the play. Now this can be seen as a beautiful block, or a little bit concerning because of the size of this guy. But Isaiah, coming off again, I don't really like how much he's opening the gate. If you see how his feet are almost right on top of each other, his hips are facing this sideline. You look at everybody else, man. They're still playing the line. You know what I mean? They're staggered, but their hips are still kind of facing like out this way, right? Even this guy, he's still here, but Isaiah is facing the sideline. And this guy gets right in on his chest. I like Isaiah's hand position this time. He gets his hands inside, which is why he's able to anchor down and finish this block. But it's kind of like good Isaiah, bad Isaiah in the same play. He's grabbing. Look at this. Man, if somebody teaches this kid how to keep his hands inside his chest and punch instead of just shoving and grabbing, he's gonna be an animal. But instead, he's gonna get wide hands, and he gets up underneath this guy's arms and grabbing on the back of the jersey. This is gonna be a holding call 11 times out of 3 in the NFL.